I take on the Dr. Disrespect lawsuit. So this is something that happened yesterday. I guess I can talk about that real quick. That's on live stream fail, I'm sure. Let me go and pull that up real quick. Not YouTube. Give me a second. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Does it sound weirder that a hobby's more comfortable than a job? Yeah, I would say so. Where is this? Dr. Disrespect will not return to Twitch, and he settled the lawsuit, is resolved his legal dispute with Twitch. So this is it right here. Let's take a look at it. I've resolved my legal dispute with Twitch. No party admits to any wrongdoing. I mean, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. The fact is that, like, I know that everybody wants the juicy details. They want Slasher to finally leak what really happened. And here's really what happened. Very weird. No, it's not. If you think this is very weird, you probably have never seen a lot of these types of things go down before. Like, this is like, I've seen probably 5 or 6 of these. Like, I'll give you a very recent example. I think this is kind of what happened. Is that, like, there's a lot of times where you have a settlement that's reached between two parties, and, like, a good example of this wasn't like that one kid. It was like this kid, and he was like looking at like this, what was it, like it's like Native American guy, and then like CNN made him look bad, and he sued CNN, and then like basically they agreed to a settlement, and then they never talked about it again. Yeah, the Sandman, Sandman, something like that, right? Like, that's another example that happened recently. Nick Sandman. Yeah, so these types of things happen all the time. And most of the time, whenever things get settled out of court, or basically they get settled without having a jury and without having it be made public, most parties agree, both parties agree, on an indefinite NDA where they just can't talk about it in general. So this is what happens. Non-disclosures are part of settlements? Yeah, exactly. Like, he can't say about how much money he got, the Sandman thing. And there's been other cases with that as well. It's because money is involved, though. I'm curious, though. Oh, I think everybody's curious. If you want to be honest, I'm curious, too. I wish I knew what happened. The problem is, the problem with this is that estimated net worth is in excess of $1 million. Yeah, I mean, I think that if you settle something with CNN, if I had to guess, they probably gave him like $3 to $7 million. Like, if like, I'm just making a 20% educated guess. More, I think 3 to 7 is probably reasonable. Why? Because, like, if you put somebody, the thing is, like, the reason why you can sue for that much is that, especially if you're like a media outlet, if you put somebody's face out there and it defames them and makes them look bad, that will reflect on them for their whole life, right? So you can sue for like lost wages, and like it's very, very complicated thing that this is, again, like, I wanted to go to law school. Like, I like law. I like talking about it. I like talking about, like, the nuances of it, the fucking precedents that it sets. I actually really enjoy this stuff a lot. And it's why I wanted to become, like, a lawyer, or at least go to law school and get a law degree. So, like, I would talk about this for an hour if you guys want. So I'm just going to move past it. What a nerd. Hey, it is what it is. But, you know what? You want to know the reason why I really went to law school? Why I wanted to go and, like, fucking... Because I was in business school, and I dropped out to play WoW. And the reason why is actually because of my friend Jason. Because Jason, I would play Magic the Gathering with Jason. And Jason knew the rules so well that he could manipulate the rules, and he could turn any situation in his favor, because he could misinterpret the rules in a way that would convince people that he knew what he was talking about. And I thought to myself, well, the law are the rules of real life, so I should become a lawyer so I could do that in real life. That's straight up what it was. Like, that's actually what I thought. I'm like, wow, well, like, if I know the rules, then I know how to bend them. Like, that's really what it was. Yeah, pro bullshitter. One of the asshole mentality. Listen, I'll tell you guys something, right? So, back in 6th grade, my dad, I was signing up for classes for my first year in middle school. And there was a law enforcement officer training class for, like, kids that wanted to grow up to be cops or, like, enforce the law. and I signed up for this class, and my dad saw me sign up for this class. He actually said no. Like, my dad very rarely said no to things. Like, he would heavily discourage things, but he would very rarely say no to things. And my dad simply refused to allow me to take this class. And I said, Pa, why can't I take the class? I think it'll be cool. And my dad's like this. Zach, we're the other guys. Yeah, our family's the other guys. Yeah, you're not taking this class. It's not going to happen. So, and that was about it. And it's saying, bro, yeah, which class? It was like a law enforcement class. I wanted to take it. I thought it'd be interesting, right? That's all there was to it. And I never did. I never fucking did. And so, yeah, my dad, my dad grew up poor, and, he's seen, like, friends of his get the shit beaten out of him by cops before. So my dad's never had a very high opinion of cops. I'll be honest. I've had, personally, I've had a lot of very good experiences with police officers. I've never really had a very bad experience with a police officer before. I've been lucky, but I try to just always be, I try not to be a pain in the ass, right? That's all there is to it. Good dad, Cap. I just, listen, I feel like, I don't want to talk, let's talk about politics too. Like, this is a fucking political thing, right? Like, if I was in charge, there'd be a lot of things different. Number one is everybody'd have body cams. That'd be it. If anything ever bad happens without a body cam, you're assumed to be guilty. Like, that's the way I feel about it. I hate that shit. I hate the, you know what else I hate? I hate the cop movies. I hate the cop movies where they kill people. I really do. Because it makes people feel like, I think that, like, people will watch those movies and they'll be like, and it's like, bro, like, I say that, but, like, who didn't love Bad Boys 2? Who didn't like, bro, I remember I watched that in movie theaters with my dad back in, like, fucking 2002. Like, that shit was the old good shit, man. That was the old good shit. Die Hard, yeah. I mean, of course, right? But, like, just in general, I don't like the idea of, the romanticization of it. I don't like it for a lot of reasons. And so, guilty until proven innocent. That's not how it works. No, it's not what it is. You don't like Die Hard? I actually recently watched Die Hard for the first time, and I can see why they made 4 of them or something like that. I actually thought it was a good movie. I'd never seen it before. What about detective movies? Kind of different. I think there's always a spectrum with everything, and it's a case-by-case basis. Now, I just don't like any sort of glorification of sanctioned violence. I think it's just, I think it attracts the wrong kind of people into being police officers. And Training Day with Denzel Washington, I still have that DVD downstairs, man. Like, we still have all of those. Like, any movie that came out from the years 2000 to 2010, that DVD is downstairs in my in my living room, man. Like, that was just, I mean, it's just, that's all it was. First time watching Die Hard, you Zoomer. There's a lot of movies that I just never got a chance to see.